Do you want to watch all the many deleted scenes from A Nightmare on Elm Street 1984? Do you want to see the deleted scenes from all the films of the Saga? Do you want to know the creepy secret of Wes Craven behind the character of Freddy Krueger? Let's start. Welcome back, my dear followers, or welcome if it's the first time that you are watching my YouTube channel, My Paranormal and Mystery TV. In few minutes I'm going to make you watch so many deleted scenes, not only from A Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one of the Saga released in 1984, but also the deleted scenes from all the Saga of Nightmare. I want to make you a confession. I watched all the Saga, like for example Halloween, The Child's Play with Chucky, Friday the 13th with Jason Voorhees, Eraser, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Leatherface, and so on. But I must confess you, the first time I watched A Nightmare on Elm Street, that night I didn't want to fall asleep. And then when I fell asleep, I immediately dreamt of Freddy. It was a terrifying dream. In fact, it was a nightmare. Maybe the character of Freddy Krueger scares many people because Freddy Krueger is maybe the only villain we are not able to fight with strength, force, like for example Jason or Michael Myers, because sooner or later we all fall asleep and then Freddy arrives and kills while we are dreaming. So we are in one of the most fragile moments of our days. This is the reason why Freddy is so dangerous. But I want to refresh your memories with the Saga, and then I'm going to make you watch. It's like to watch a movie because there are so many deleted scenes. So, Nightmare on Elm Street was released in 1984. The director was Wes Craven, who is one of the greatest masters of horror, because he is one of the best in the history of horror, and he did many masterpieces, like The Last House on the Left in 1972. He did The Hills Have Eyes. Then also the Saga of Scream, until the fourth chapter. Wes Craven has been a very great loss for the cinema. Wes Craven died on August the 30th, 2015 from a cancer. In this movie, he wasn't only the director, but also the screenwriter, starring one of the most mythical actors in history as his character, Robert Englund, who with his unforgettable and still scaring mask was playing the role of Freddy Krueger. Then Heather Langenkamp playing the role of Nancy Thompson. And in this movie there was a very, very young Johnny Depp playing the role of Glenn Lance. In 2021, the film was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry of the United States by the Library of Congress as culturally, historically, and or aesthetically significant. And then we have A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge, released in 1985. But this time the director wasn't Wes Craven, and it was pretty visible. It was Jack Shoulder. In this movie there wasn't Heather Langenkamp, but always Robert Englund, always playing the role of Freddy Krueger. And this film was lukewarmly received. I agree with it because according to my humble opinion, A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 is... I didn't like it very much. I think it's the worst of the whole saga, according to my humble opinion. Then instead we have A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, released in 1987. And even if the director was Chuck Russell, one of the screenwriters and producers was Wes Craven, and it's visible his genius. Starring always Robert Englund playing the role of Freddy Krueger. Then we have again Heather Langenkamp playing the role of Nancy Thompson. Then we have a great actress, the wonderful Patricia Arquette, who played the role of Kristen Parker. And then we have one of the greatest actors in the cinema, and in this movie he was very young. I'm talking about Lawrence Fishburne, who played the role of Max Daniels. This movie has also a great soundtrack. The first time I listened to it, I immediately fell in love with this song. I'm talking about Into the Fire by Dokken. and this movie was a success. Then we have A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, released in 1988. The director was Rennie Harlin, starring Robert Englund, playing the role of Freddy. Then we have Lisa Wilcox, who played the role of Alice Johnson. Danny Hassel, who played the role of Dan Jordan, and many other actors and actresses. Then, A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, released in 1989. The director was Stephen Hopkins, starring always Robert Englund, playing the role of Freddy Krueger. Then we have Lisa Wilcox, again playing the role of Alice Johnson. Then we have again Danny Hassel playing the role of Dan Jordan. Erica Anderson, who played the role of Greta Gibson, and many others. Think about that when you see in the movie Super Freddy or Freddy Fusion, they weren't played by Robert Englund. I didn't notice it, but by Michael Bailey Smith and Noble Craig. This movie had been considered really gory, and they deleted so many scenes that I'm going to make you watch in few minutes, so you can watch all the deleted scenes. So many deleted scenes because considered too much violent, too much explicit, and also too much disturbing. Then we have Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, released in 1991. The director was Rachel Talalay, starring always Robert Englund, playing Freddy. Then we have Lisa Zane, who plays the role, and here in the 6th chapter we discover that Maggie Burroughs was the real daughter of Freddy Krueger. She was Catherine Krueger. Then there is also a cameo of Johnny Depp as the guy of the TV. Then we have Wes Craven's New Nightmare, released in 1994. Think about that in this movie, Wes Craven was not only the director and the screenwriter, but also actor in this movie, playing the role of himself, Wes Craven. Then we have again Heather Langenkamp, because I know that you're all fans of Nightmare Freddy Krueger, so you know how the saga goes on. We see, and I also cried when Nancy died in the third chapter of Nightmare. So when I saw her, I wonder what the fuck, but Nancy died in the third chapter, and instead you will understand if you watch this movie. Wes Craven's new Nightmare. Heather Langenkamp plays the role of herself, Nancy Thompson. Then we have always, of course, Robert Englund. Then we have Michael Hughes, who plays the role of the little Dylan Porter. And this is the 7th movie of the franchise of Nightmare. And think about that there was a very great casting to choose the little boy who had to play the role of Dylan. And then they chose Michael Hughes, who was about 8 years old. And he had already played in these 2 movies, Pet Cemetery and Kindergarten Cop with Arnold Schwarzenegger. A curiosity, I was interested in it. Think about that in this movie, Wes Craven wanted Johnny Depp again for shooting the scene of the funeral. As a cameo. But then he felt ashamed because Johnny Depp was already a so huge actor that he didn't have the courage to ask him a cameo for Wes Craven's new Nightmare. But years later, he met Johnny Depp, so he revealed him that he wanted him in the movie, but he felt ashamed. And Johnny Depp jokingly scolded him, telling him he would have done that movie very willingly. Then, today I don't talk about the deleted scenes of this movie, but in the chronology there is Freddy versus Jason. Maybe in the future. The last, the remake, A Nightmare on Elm Street, released in 2010. The director was Samuel Bayer, starring Jackie Earle Haley, playing the role of Freddy Krueger. Kyle Gallner, playing the role of Quentin Smith. Rooney Mara, playing the role of Nancy Holbrook. Katie Cassidy, playing the role of Chris Folles, and many others. Think about that Wes Craven stated that he was disappointed because he hadn't been consulted about this project. Instead, Robert Englund claimed to be glad both of the remake and of the choice of Jackie Earle Haley for playing the role of Freddy Krueger. When the movie was released at the cinema, received many negative reviews. I tell you this, I think that because I liked very much this movie. Of course, it wasn't like the masterpiece, the cult movie, A Nightmare on Elm Street by Wes Craven, released in 1984. Okay, but it was a very good film. Instead, I think that the greatest mistake was the mask of Freddy Krueger, because when I think about Freddy Krueger, I can't help thinking about the mask of Robert Englund and Robert Englund. So I didn't like that mask at all. The actor was very good to play the role of Freddy Krueger, but the mask, I didn't like it. But I'm not so stern like many reviews, because if I hadn't seen the first one, and I tell you that often remakes are always often worse than the original one. So I myself appreciated a darker side of the movie, as very great scenes. Maybe if these scenes remained in the end, maybe it could get more positive reviews, because I'm going to make you watch also these deleted scenes, and I like them very much. They are really scary, but also I loved them. And now, are you ready to watch the deleted scene, A Nightmare on Elm Street? But what is it? Freddy? Oh my gosh! The clothes of Freddy? I don't know. Let's watch the videos. Warning! Some images could disturb the sensitivity of the viewers. I start with all the many deleted scenes from A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984.
No one will survive.
I'm gonna punch out your ugly lights, whoever you are. It's just a stupid cat.
Then go and bring us back his tail and his whiskers. Anyway, I don't have a cat.
Kitty, kitty. Chow, chow, chow.
On his dry lane, bring your left down just 3 yards from the goal line. What a brilliant tackle, and the fans go wild.
What the hell are you doing here?
Came to make up, no big deal. Your mom home?
Of course. Oh, what's that?
Intense, huh?
So what's going on here? An orgy or something? Maybe a funeral, dickhead.
It's just a sleepover date, Rod. Tina and me. Glenn was just leaving.
You see his face.
You see his face?
Your mom ain't home, is she? Me and Tina got stuff to discuss.
Rod?
We got our mother's bed. You guys got the rest.
I think we should get out of here. Hey, Hey, you guys are gonna hang around, right? I mean, don't leave me alone with this lunatic. Please, Nan.
So we'll got her together. Through the night. In each other's arms, just like we always said.
Glenn, not now. We're here for Tina now, not ourselves.
Why is she so bothered by a stupid nightmare anyway?
Because he was scary, that's why.
In the most high and palmy state of Rome.
California is the most high and palmy state.
Go ahead, John.
Garcia's my daddy.
Lieutenant!
Hi. So you decided to take the day off after all, huh?
Dad, I want to see Rod Lane.
Only family allowed. You know the drill, Nancy.
I just want to talk to him.
He's dangerous.
You don't know he did it.
No? I know, thanks to your own statement, that he was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
Dad, I just want to talk to him. Please, Dad?
Garcia?
Thanks.
And make it quick.
And then what happened?
I told you. It was dark, but I'm sure there was somebody in there. Under the covers with her.
How could somebody be under the covers with you guys without you knowing about it?
The fuck do I know? I don't expect you to believe me anyway.
What did he look like? Did you get a look at him?
No.
Then how do you know that somebody else was in there?
Because somebody cut her while I watched.
And you didn't get a look at him?
You couldn't even see the fucker. You could just see cuts happening. All at once.
What do you mean all at once?
I mean, it was as if there were four lasers cutting at the same time. But invisible ones. It just opened up.
Run!
I probably could have saved if I'd have moved sooner. But I thought it was just another nightmare. Like the one I had the night before. There was this guy. He had knives for fingers. You think I did it?
No.
You mind telling me what's going on?
Oh, just come on.
Yeah.
Garcia, I've got to see Rod Lane again.
You know, I took the night shift so I could get some peace and quiet.
Look, it's urgent! Look, just go back and look at him. Just see if he's okay.
Look, we have reason to believe that there might be something very strange going on here.
Got no argument with that.
What are you doing here?
I work here. There's an unsolved murder, and I don't like unsolved murders, especially ones that my daughter's mixed up in. What are you doing here? At this hour, you should be home in bed.
Look, sir, this is serious. Nancy had a nightmare about Rod being in danger or something.
I just want to see if he's okay.
Nancy, take my word for it. The guy's sleeping like a baby. He's not going anywhere.
This is none of your average nightmares, damn it!
Nancy, don't push it. You've already rubbed my nose in sex and drugs. Now don't start throwing in insanity.
Just go down and look at him. Please, Daddy.
All right. Garcia, give me the keys.
All right. Where do I put the keys? You got the keys?
Hurry up!
Grab his butt. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Go ahead, Laura. Good. How did you know he was going to do this? How's Nancy doing?
I don't think she slept since Tina died. She's always been a delicate kid.
It's tougher than you think. Look, any idea how she knew Rod was going to kill himself?
No. All I know is that this reminds me too much of 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, let's not start digging up bodies just because we're in a cemetery.
Don't worry. You're not going to change into Bride of Frankenstein. Did Nancy have any severe childhood illnesses? Scarlet fever, high temperatures, concussions?
No, nothing, Doctor.
It means if you ever drop on my head. I don't see why you couldn't just give me a pill to keep me from dreaming.
No, Donald. She said she grabbed it off his head in her dream. No, I'm not crazy. I'm holding the damn thing right here in my hand. I don't know where she really found it. I know. We were all there. I gotta go.
Where'd you get this?
I found it in a neat survivalist bookstore in Ventura.
I'm not gonna take a chance on sneaking out until she does.
Background action and action.
I can't believe something like this has happened. Well, what can you...
Lieutenant, it's your daughter. She says it's her own.
Tell her I'm not here. Tell her...
She just saw you, sir.
Walter, I know it's difficult to think at a time like this, but can you? Can you think of anybody who could have done this? Who did it? Kruger. Kruger? Had to be him. There was nobody else in the room. What do you mean there's nobody else in the room? How do you know there was nobody else in the room? I mean, I thought Glenn was sneaking over to see your lunatic daughter. I locked him in his room. The door was still locked when we heard the screams. That's what I mean. God's punishing us all. Walter, keep your head. This is a fucking flesh and blood killer we're talking about. Like Rod Lane?
Lieutenant Thompson, the coroner wants to show you something.
I know you're there, Freddie.
You think he was going to get away from me?
I know you too well now, Freddie.
Now, you die.
It's too late, Kruger. I know the secret now.
This is just a dream. You're not alive. This whole thing is just a dream. So fuck off!
You must know about the real ending of A Nightmare on Elm Street, that in the beginning it was chosen a bitter end in which everybody died in the first chapter. So I make you watch this scene, extended scene. Now I make you see how the movie ends up, and then I make you see the deleted scenes in which they all die. I go. Instead, in the beginning, this had to be the ending. Then the director and people who worked with him decided to make it finish in a pretty good way. I go. And now I go to the deleted scenes from A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. I go.
On Elm Street.
And now the few scenes deleted from A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. And now the horrifying, creepy, deleted scenes from A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Child. And now the deleted scenes from Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare.
Don't need to surprise me, Mother. I turned 28 today, not 12. You're
28? Fuck!
You had that dream again last night, didn't you? You only look that tired when you have that damn dream. It's not true, I would look this tired. Well, I just wish it would go away. 12 years in therapy hasn't helped. Talk to my mother. I gotta be at the shelter by 9. The shelter? Maggie, I don't understand.
the horrifying Carlos' death. This scene I'm going to make you watch have been deleted because considered too much disturbing about Freddy and all the children he murdered. He was a pedophile. And now I'm going to make you watch the deleted scenes from A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, and you will understand that the movie was very good if there were these deleted scenes included. Now I make you see the ending of A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, both with cut scenes, deleted scenes, and an alternate ending. I start.
Look what you did to me. Don't be afraid. I can make it the way it was. Just the way you liked it. Don't be shy.
Wake up, Nancy! Wake up! Get up, Nancy! Please, wake up!
Did you really think your boyfriend could wake you up?
Please, don't do this to me! Please!
I want to wake up!
I had to keep you awake long enough so when you finally slept, you'd never wake up again.
Nancy, come back! Please, wake up! You promised!
I'm your boyfriend now.
Please, wake up. Please,
Nancy, we're gonna be in here for a long time. I swear, you're all mine now. Clever little girl. You pulled me out. So what now? You think you can hurt me? You can't hurt me. I'm your nightmare.
Not anymore! I remember what you did to me! Look at me. Look at me! Look what you did to me!
You're my little Nancy.
I'm all grown up now. You twisted fuck!
Nancy.
Do you want to know the dark secrets of Wes Craven behind the character of Freddy Krueger. Okay, let's go.
Demon that chases you down in your dreams is not something that came to Craven out of the blue. See, before Craven wrote the story, he came across an article talking about a refugee child from the Cambodian genocide under the rule of Pol Pot. He wanted to make Cambodians the master race, and that led to the deaths of more than 2 million South Asians. This young child was so scared that he refused to sleep while his entire family fled from Cambodia to America. Apparently, the boy was scared that he would be attacked in his dreams and he would never wake up again. After coming to America and a few more days of not going to sleep, one night, the boy eventually went to bed. This made his entire family think everything was fine, but they were awoken in the middle of the night, hearing blood-curdling screams from the boy's room. By the time they reached him, the boy had died. He died in a nightmare. But this one is not a one-off event. There were dozens of Southeast Asian refugees who suffered and died from a mysterious sleep disorder while they went to bed. The victims of these deaths were mostly young men between the ages of 20 and 30. Most of these men were refugees from Laos, another small country in Southeast Asia. The Hmongs were a minority race of Laos who were persecuted by everyone after the CIA recruited them to fight the North Vietnamese soldiers in the Vietnam War. About 30,000 or more Hmong soldiers helped the U.S. out in their fight in the Northern Highlands. But they also died in far greater numbers than their American fellows. The war ended in 1975, and Laos became a communist country. The Hmong people were viewed as traitors and were forced to become refugees in Thailand or the U.S. to save their lives. Understandably, these young men had gone through a version of hell that really left a mark on their souls. These mysterious deaths first started being noted in 1978. From 1978 to 1981, 13 Hmong men died in their sleep. On investigation, it was found out that all of their hearts were damaged. A nerve fiber that sent signals to the heart from the brain was severed completely, almost like their heart went through a short circuit. But why this was happening, no one knew. This was called Sudden Unexplained Nocturnal Death Syndrome, or SUNS, and the Centers for Disease Control and Preventions, or CDC, investigated it at great length. However, no concrete medical explanation was found. The Hmongs themselves believed that they were being punished by their ancestors for leaving their homeland. This stress, as well as the other stressors from the war, could have been the reason, but that is just speculation at this point.
But there are other creepy secrets of Wes Craven he kept for himself for years. Something really terrifying and personal. Something happened to Wes Craven. I go on.
Is it really based on these incidents? Wes Craven's inspiration. We all suffer from nightmares, but what if we ended up being trapped in it? That was a sentiment that Wes Craven wanted to emulate in his script. With the son's cases in point, he set out to work on the script of Nightmare on Elm Street, but this was just not enough. To make the villain scarier, Craven knew he had to personalize it. He had to put something that struck fear in himself into the story. In Never Sleep Again, the making of A Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven mentioned this terrifying encounter that stuck with him for a long time. Back when he used to live in his childhood home, one night, Craven woke up from something feeling rather off. He woke up and found an unwanted guest right outside his bedroom window, and it was a drunk man in a tattered fedora who had unceremoniously woken him up. The man stared at Wes Craven through the window, hard enough to scare the young boy. As most kids do, he hid under the blanket and hoped everything would be okay. When he felt like he was safe, he carefully made his way to the window and peered outside, but the man was still there. It was as if the man knew the young child was there, peering at him from the gap between the blinds. The creepy man maintained his gaze on Wes Craven's bedroom window as he walked away from the house. You can imagine just how much this particular incident traumatized the young child. The creepy man from his childhood was wearing a weathered-down fedora, and Craven used exactly that in the character design of Freddy Krueger to give him his signature frightening allure. As he grew up a fundamentalist Baptist, Craven saw how his parents refused to express their emotions. This suppression of rage, joy, and pleasure were all things that were indoctrinated within him as he grew up. While writing Nightmare on Elm Street, Craven focused on the suppression of emotions, trauma, and guilt as the main topic to highlight the consequences of this practice. When Wes Craven was working on Freddy's character design, he read a scientific article that told him that the hardest combination of colors for the human eye is red and green. Deciding that would be perfect to horrify the watchers on a subconscious level, Wes Craven added that into Freddy's costume, giving him his iconic red and green stripes to make sure anyone could recognize him in an instant. While the color of the jumper and tattered fedora is surely iconic in its own ways, the most iconic part about Freddy Krueger is his name. This name of his is also inspired from Wes Craven's childhood, specifically from his childhood bully named Fred Krueger. Wes Craven wanted to portray an adult who enjoyed terrifying children, and from that idea, the iconic Freddy Krueger was born.